Hey, Erica. Erica, can I talk to you for a second?
Oh, hi, Jasmine. What's going on? You sound pretty excited about something.
I heard something really interesting about you the other day. I mean, I couldn't believe it at first, but now that I think about it, it all makes sense.
Something interesting about me? Oh, what could that be?
So apparently you're the daughter of the manager of that super famous French fry shop, Frenchy Fries? You know, the one that was featured on TV recently. Everyone's been talking about it.
Oh, yeah, I guess you could say that. My dad's the manager of the main branch, and he's been running the place for a long time now. He's very hands-on with everything there, literally. He's usually the one cutting the potatoes by hand most of the time.
Wow, that's so cool. So that means you totally know how to make those hand-cut fries too, right? I mean, it just makes sense if your dad is the one managing the place and doing all the work.
Well, I mean, sort of. I've watched him do it a lot over the years, so I guess I've picked up a thing or two. But honestly, my attempts are more of an amateur imitation. It's nothing compared to the real deal.
Still, that's really impressive. I bet you could make fries that are almost as good as the ones at the shop if you tried. And I'm guessing the shop's been getting a ton of customers ever since that TV feature aired. Am I right?
Yeah, from what I've heard, business has been booming lately. The TV feature definitely helped bring in a lot of new customers.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for you guys. Oh, by the way, I'll take 5 servings for my family, okay?
Wait, what? 5 servings? What are you talking about?
Yeah, 5 servings of fries. You know, it's New Year's Eve today, and we thought fries would be a great treat to celebrate. So I'm placing an order for delivery.
Just to clarify, you telling me about it doesn't actually count as placing an order. If you want to order delivery, you'll need to call the shop directly and place a proper order.
Oh, come on, we're mom friends, aren't we? Can't you just handle this for me? It's not like I'm asking for anything complicated, it's just fries.
Even if we are, I can't start doing personal favors like this. If I do it for one person, I'll never be able to stop. Everyone would start asking me for favors, and it would quickly get out of hand.
Oh, stop being so difficult. It's not like I'm going to tell the other moms about it. This can just stay between us.
That's not really the issue here.
Fine. Listen, here's the situation. My in-laws are visiting us right now, and my mother-in-law, in particular, saw the feature about Frenchy fries on TV. She got super excited about trying it, so she called earlier to place an order. But guess what? She was told that they weren't taking any more orders for delivery today because it's already fully booked for New Year's Eve. She got turned down, and now she's really disappointed.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I did hear that the shop decided to stop taking delivery orders for today. It's probably because they were worried they'd be overwhelmed by the sheer number of requests after the TV feature aired.
Exactly. That's why I need you to step in and help me out here. You're the manager's daughter. You can pull some strings, can't you?
Pull some strings?
Yeah, I already told my mother-in-law that I'm friends with the manager's daughter and that I could get us 5 servings. I can't go back to her now and say, sorry, I couldn't actually do it. That's just not an option.
Well, in that case, why not just go to the shop directly and eat there?
Are you saying that if I go, you'll use your connections to make sure we don't have to wait in line?
No, I'm saying you'd have to wait in line just like everyone else.
That's not going to work for me. What's the point of being the manager's daughter if you're not going to use your connections to help out?
I'm telling you, I don't have any special connections to use.
That's ridiculous. Of course you do. Stop being so stingy and just ask your dad to make an exception.
I keep telling you, special treatment like that isn't possible.
Oh, come on. You're a wife, just like me. You should understand where I'm coming from here.
Understand?
Yeah, doesn't it feel amazing to have the upper hand with your mother-in-law?
What? What are you talking about?
You know, being able to do something she can't. It feels so good to one-up her.
I have no idea what you mean.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, seriously, my mother-in-law is one of the kindest, most gentle people I know. She absolutely hates conflict and treats me like I'm her own daughter. I really love and respect her, so honestly, I've never even considered trying to one-up her or whatever it is you're talking about.
That's insane. Mother-in-laws are supposed to be the enemy. They're nasty, meddlesome old witches by default.
I understand that some people have difficult relationships with their in-laws, but that's not my experience at all.
Whatever. Forget about that. The point is, I've already told my mother-in-law that I can get her those fries. So I need you to make it happen. 5 servings delivered to my house at exactly 7 p.m.
I already said that I can't do that. Telling me doesn't count as placing a proper order, and I'm not in a position to make exceptions.
Oh, for crying out loud. You're seriously going to make this difficult for me? Fine, I'll figure something else out. And just so you know, I still don't think it's fair that you're not using your position to help out a friend.
Well, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. I hope you can understand.
Hey, Erica, what's going on? It's already past 7. I just called the store to double check on the order for the fries, and guess what they said? They told me that there was no record of any order being placed. Can you believe that? I mean, how could this happen? After all the effort I went through to trust you with this, I didn't think you'd let me down like this. Honestly, I thought that even after you told me earlier that it was impossible, you'd come through for me anyway as a friend. Isn't that what friends do? I really believed you'd manage to find a way to pull some strings and make it happen. But no, instead, you've gone and left me in the lurch. This is just awful. Why aren't you answering my calls, Erica? What is going on with you? Are you seriously ignoring me right now? And another thing, why haven't you even read my messages? They're still showing as unread. Is this your way of brushing me off? Is this some kind of joke to you? You're definitely getting these notifications, right? I know you are. There's no way you haven't seen them. So what's stopping you from responding? You owe me an explanation, Erica. Stop ignoring me and pick up your phone. Okay, listen up. I've made a decision, and here's what's going to happen now. I told my family that the reason we couldn't get the fries delivered is because there was a mistake on your part and on the store's end. So to solve this little problem, we've decided that we'll just come over to your house instead. Problem solved, right? Look, you're probably already prepared to feed your own family tonight, aren't you? And I bet you've got some of those fries already made, probably hand-cut by you yourself. You can just give us those. That should be more than enough for 5 people. Don't worry about anything else. We'll handle the rest. We're coming over with the entire family. Me, my husband, the kids, and even my in-laws. We'll be there in 30 minutes, so I expect you to have everything ready by the time we arrive. That means fries for 5 people, all set and good to go. Oh, and just so we're clear, this isn't up for debate. You broke your promise earlier, so this is your punishment. You don't get to say no to this. Hey, Erica, I know you're at home. Don't try to deny it. I can't believe you've gone and turned off all the lights in your house just to pretend that you're not home. That's incredibly mean and childish. What kind of person does that? Listen to me. Today is the last day of the year, okay? It's New Year's Eve. Shouldn't we both be doing everything we can to end the year on a positive note? Shouldn't we be wrapping up the year with good vibes and a sense of accomplishment? Don't you think that's what we should be focusing on right now? So why don't you just open the door and let us in? My kids are outside in the freezing cold crying because they're hungry and uncomfortable. And did I mention that my in-laws are with us? Both my mother-in-law and my father-in-law are standing out here too. Even my husband is furious with how you're treating us. He's saying that your behavior is completely unreasonable and disrespectful. We came all the way here in this cold weather just to give you the chance to make things right. The least you can do is let us in and serve us the fries. It's not that hard. Hey, are you seriously going to keep ignoring us like this? Pretending you're not home is only making things worse. If you don't open the door and let us in, I swear I am going to tell all the other moms in our group chat about this. I'll make sure everyone knows what kind of person you are. Someone who breaks promises and doesn't care about her friends. And what's this? You're still not reading my messages? Are you seriously leaving me on unread again? Are you kidding me right now? This is beyond frustrating, Erica. I've had enough of your nonsense. Open the door already. Wait, what is this?
I just checked my phone now and I could swear I made it very clear I said no. On top of that, barging into my home, who's the one being unreasonable here?
Oh, so you finally decided to respond. Erica, this is beyond cruel. You wouldn't believe the chaos you left behind after ignoring me. I was humiliated. You refused to come out even though we were at your doorstep, and because of that, my in-laws called me a liar. My husband demanded an explanation, and my kids couldn't stop crying. In the end, we had to settle for crappy fries from the convenience store. You embarrassed me in front of my whole family. How could you do this to me? You're unbelievable.
Listen, Jasmine.
What? Let me stop you right there. Don't bother apologizing because it is far too late for that now.
First of all, I wasn't ignoring you. I wasn't even home. Since 2 days ago, my family and I have been away visiting my parents.
What? Visiting your parents?
Yes, the TV feature on Frenchy fries caused a huge surge in business at my dad's store, the main branch, which also happened to be my childhood home. Because of that, the whole family went back early to help out. Today has been nonstop chaos since the shop opened its doors, and the only time I could check my phone was during my short break earlier this evening when I messaged you back. We just closed up shop and are finally taking a breather now. That's why I couldn't get back to you earlier.
So you're saying you weren't ignoring me? Well, you might as well have been.
What do you mean?
You keep using these grand words like visiting my parents or going back home, but let's not pretend it's something fancy. You just walked to your parents' house, which is close enough to count as a part of your neighborhood. Isn't that right? So when I called the store earlier to check on my delivery, you were there all along, weren't you? Don't play innocent. You were ignoring me.
Jasmine, what exactly are you trying to say?
You heard me. Don't try to dodge this. Here's what's going to happen. You'll head back to your house right now, grab 5 orders of fries from the store, and bring them to me and my family. Oh, and you'll apologize while serving them to us. Obviously, I'm not paying for this. Think of it as making up for the mess you caused. That's the least you can do to make this right.
Jasmine, are you under the impression that Frenchy Fries is the same as the local branch near my house?
What are you talking about, local branch?
The main store, where my dad works as the manager, is located in a different state entirely. The one near my home is run by someone who trained under my father. It's a franchise, but it's not directly under his management.
So what? Get your dad's apprentice on the phone and tell them to prepare the fries immediately. Use your influence.
Jasmine, I don't have that kind of authority. I'm not in any position to make such demands. Besides, that store is already closed, and I heard they sold out earlier in the day.
You can't be serious.
Also, just so you know, your husband called mine. I explained everything to him.
What? Wait, how does your husband even have my husband's number?
They exchanged contact information at one of the kindergarten events. Apparently, they've chatted a few times since then.
Unbelievable. Now my husband and my mother-in-law are furious with me because of you.
I think they're upset because of your behavior, Jasmine. Honestly, I can't blame them. You tried to force me into an unreasonable situation, and now you're facing the consequences. That's on you.
I was trying to help out by arranging 5 orders of fries for my in-laws. That's not unreasonable.
Oh, I see. So now you've locked yourself in the bathroom?
What? How did you even know that?
Because your husband has been texting mine in real time complaining about what's happening.
You've got to be kidding me.
He also asked me to send screenshots of our chat history so he can understand what's been going on. I already sent them to him.
What? Erica, stop this right now.
Sorry, Jasmine, but I'm done here. I won't be replying to any more of your messages. Goodbye. After that, the updates from Jasmine's husband kept coming in through various channels. He seemed to have taken it upon himself to share everything about their situation with others, making sure there was no ambiguity about the state of things at home. The whole ordeal became a topic of conversation among many people who knew Jasmine and her family, and as her husband's frustration grew, so did the volume of his updates. The situation, which initially seemed like just another domestic dispute, was starting to unfold in a way that caught the attention of those who had been around them. Apparently, Jasmine ended up ringing in the new year locked inside the bathroom. It was a strange and dramatic choice of place to spend the holiday, but it seems Jasmine had made that decision in a moment of emotional overwhelm. Her husband's account of the events painted a picture of a woman who, at that point, had no idea how to handle the growing tensions in her marriage. The bathroom, of all places, became her refuge in that moment of despair, her way of retreating from everything that felt like it was spiraling out of control. As the new year passed and things settled into routine, her husband and mother-in-law came to our house to apologize. This was a rather unexpected move, given the nature of their previous interactions with us. They showed up in the spirit of making amends, attempting to smooth things over and restore some semblance of peace. But their story was quite revealing. According to what they shared, it turns out Jasmine had been attempting to take advantage of one of her friends who ran a small restaurant. She had even tried to request French cuisine from this friend, which was, as it turns out, a step too far. The restaurant owner's family caught wind of Jasmine's attempts to take advantage of their hospitality, and as you can imagine, complaints quickly followed. This revelation put Jasmine in a very unfavorable light, especially among those who had previously seen her as a person of a certain status. However, Jasmine's mother-in-law, who had her own competitive tendencies, seemed to downplay the seriousness of Jasmine's actions. From her perspective, Jasmine's desire to boast about her connections and impress others took precedence. In a strange twist, she blamed the situation on us. Apparently, we were the ones at fault for not obeying Jasmine's wishes, which, in her mind, justified Jasmine's extreme reaction. According to the narrative shared by her husband and mother-in-law, Jasmine had been left feeling as though no one understood her or respected her position, and this led her to make the decision to leave. In a dramatic and impulsive act, she stood up, walked out, and went back to her parents' house all by herself. This course of action, though, was not just about her leaving in anger. From Jasmine's perspective, it seemed like she believed her actions would convey a very specific message. She probably thought that by leaving like that, she would show everyone just how important she was. The message she seemed to want to send was clear. Don't you all realize how much you need me? How can you function without me? It was an ultimatum of sorts, a challenge for everyone around her to reflect on their behavior and start appreciating her more. In her mind, this was supposed to make everyone understand how vital she was to the household. However, her husband, who was by now completely fed up with her behavior, began to see things in a different light. Instead of seeing her actions as a call for introspection, he saw them as the culmination of a much deeper issue in their relationship. He had been patient up to this point, trying to navigate the tensions between Jasmine and everything else. But Jasmine's extreme response, her need to create a dramatic exit, pushed him to the edge. It was no longer about trying to understand her or work things out. It was about recognizing the unhealthiness of the situation. At this point, he decided he had had enough. He started making preparations for a divorce, marking the beginning of the end of their marriage. The preparation for divorce wasn't something that happened overnight, of course. There were likely many discussions, many silent moments, and a lot of emotional turmoil leading up to this decision. But Jasmine's actions, including her dramatic departure, seemed to have finally shattered whatever was left of the fragile bond they once had. Her husband's move toward divorce was not just about the incident with the restaurant or her decision to lock herself in the bathroom on New Year's Eve. It was about the deep-seated issues that had built up over time. Her husband realized that for all the promises of change and reconciliation, Jasmine's behavior had only intensified the problems in their marriage and led to their eventual divorce.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.